Welcome to your 2021 Mercedes-Benz E-450 4MATIC. It's a mid-cycle refresh, so still the same generation, couple of tweaks on the outside are the big differences here. So let's do the drive, let's do the outside, let's do the inside. That should wrap up the review. So under the hood here with the 450, it's a 3-liter turbo inline 6, 362 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque, all through a 9-speed automatic transmission. This does have their EQ system, which is a mild hybrid, which runs through a 48-volt system, giving you up to an extra 21 horsepower of boost. The short version is it pretty much all but eliminates the turbo lag in the 450, and it's such a smooth power delivery overall, whether you're doing a dead stop to an acceleration, whether you're looking to pass somebody, or just you need that extra bit of power for whatever it is. It executes it incredibly well, incredibly smoothly. I've noticed it right away. And yes, there's a visual cue on the bottom of the right dial. It says power, then it says EQ, then it says charge. So when you kick on the brake, your charge goes all the way up to the far right side. But even gentle acceleration like I'm doing now, there's no lag at all. City streets, 450 does well. Highways, just as well. Back roads, country roads. It does it all, and it does it very, very well. Very smooth power delivery. Sorry, I started saying that. I'm like, God, that doesn't sound right. And then I stopped, and anyway, there's my running commentary on what goes on in my head when I'm doing these reviews. But driving dynamics are top notch here, and it's a mid-sized luxury sedan, and I think that's their big platform that they're running on as far as the drive portion goes. They want to give clients, customers, whatever they call them, a very serene ride, a quiet ride, but yet a powerful ride. And the 450 does that with a lot of precision, I find. And competition-wise, we're up against the 5 Series, we're up against the A6, we're up against the G80 here. So let's do that quick acceleration test right now. So as you can see in the window, nothing is moving right now. No launch control, no brake boost, nothing, just regular mode, comfort mode, and here we go. So that turbo lag, what turbo lag? As soon as you saw things moving, it went, and I definitely think the EQ system has everything to do with that, and it just accentuates it and makes the drive even smoother. And not everybody's going to be running and gunning it off the line. That's just not what a lot of people would do. I think hardly anybody would do that. But knowing you have all of that power available to you to get out of a collision situation it offers peace of mind. Moving on to the outside, a full suite of LEDs are standard fare. So new for 2021 are new lights. You have the new grille, new bumper. Around the rear, more of a horizontal shape with the lights. I think it looks good. I've said it so many times before, but having luxury vehicles be very subtle and not flashy and not too many creases, that does it for me. Right? I would rather have all of my luxury items and big ticket items inside the vehicle where I can experience them, enjoy them, touch them, feel them, and have them as tangibles, as opposed to having a great looking vehicle that doesn't really offer me much on the inside. You spend all of your time inside the vehicle enjoying it, and yeah, you can look at it when you're walking to and from it, but it's the insides for me in the luxury world, and the E450 delivers really nicely. You'll notice the AMG rims, which is an upgraded $1,000 option, at least as of August 2021. Prices can fluctuate, but I like the rims, I like the look of the exterior. Again, very, very subtle, very, very Mercedes, right, as far as their sedans go. And yes, the AMGs get a lot more of the aggressive treatment, but if it's a non-AMG, I really like how Mercedes just nicely delivers something that looks stellar without any of the exclamation marks on it. Let's take a look inside. So starting with standard fare, you get a panoramic sunroof. And yes, I realize that this has white seats and a white roof liner, but not all of them will. If you want your E-Class with a black or a brown or a darker color, without that standard panoramic sunroof, A, you're paying a little extra, and B, if you don't want it, you might get that closed-in feeling. So kudos to you for making the panoramic sunroof standard fare. Next up, digital dashboard, digital infotainment system, one big screen. Sorry, two screens, one large piece of glass. I think it's my favorite in the industry. Just it's so clean and nicely laid out, and all of the information is easy to pull from the digital dashboard itself. This does have the optional heads-up display. I could take it, I could leave it. Not a deal breaker for me. If it was thrown in, sure, I'd take it, but I'm happy just as well to be without it. Let's talk about the steering wheel for a sec. So again, typical Mercedes-Benz steering wheel, very, not quite massive, not quite small or thin. To me, it's the right size, and it's got a big star. A little bit of piano black, not a big fan of that. Irk here is with the buttons on the steering wheel. It's not the traditional push-in buttons. It's more of the kind of haptic feedback sliders for some of the things, like the volume is a slider. Your distance control is on a slider as well. I like having hard tactile buttons. That's just my thing. It's what I like. Again, I've only had this car for a week, but if you are looking at leasing, financing, or whatever it is, you know, you'll have it for at least 2 years on a short lease. So you will have your muscle memory all figured out for that. Infotainment, said it before with other Mercedes models, I'm not a fan of the MBUX system. I don't like the touchpad thing, and thankfully the screen is close enough for me to touch without having to lean forward, so I can go through all of that. Menus can be a little difficult to kind of dig through if you want a certain specific thing, but there's a shortcut button that you can program to whatever it is that you want, and that gets you a little easier time as far as finding things that you're going to use all the time, and with more increased frequency. The overall look and feel in here, very premium, very upscale. You get the wood finish, which frames the vents, and it goes all along to the passenger side, along the door panels, so both driver and passenger. So it covers your speaker panels, your heated seats, and your seat controls here on both sides. And it also has this nice, cool contour bend down, which goes into your wireless charging, your little cubby cover here, HVAC system, again, quick touch buttons here, and around the touchpad slash trackpad. What I really like about how the E-Class has been done is going back to the infotainment system and the dashboard. There's a little visor that comes out, and it's fixed, and it's a soft touch, so it's really, really nice. But it does help quite a bit with getting rid of a lot of the glare. Now, you'll still get some glare because you just can't hide from the sun all the time. That's just the long, middle, and short of it. But it does do a lot, and it looks like it's like a couple of inches coming out, but it does quite a bit in making it easier to read, hides the glare. It's really, really bright to see at night, so it's not really an issue there. I like the two kill switches for the vents. We'll do a cutaway to it to give you a quick look, but instead of shutting all 4 vents off if you want them off for whatever reason, it's just 2 small dials. You just flick them to the left, and that's it. You can hear it being closed, and that's it. That's all. Seats, just the right amount of everything for me. So just enough side bolsters, just enough thigh bolsters. I haven't had to do any of this stuff like moving around to find my very safe and very comfortable seating position. I sat in, I set it. Now, I might have a bit of an unfair advantage. I think every single car I've had, I'm sitting all the way up and all the way back. I think the only exception to that has been a manual Mini, where I've had to pull the seat up like a couple of inches because I found the clutch pedal to be pushed really far back. But aside from that, I think every other car I've had, it's easy to find my seating position. But with the E-Class, I didn't have to change anything. There's no fidgeting. There's none of that. Mercedes-Benz Canada has spec'd this with a few options. So the Intelligent Drive Pack, which I highly recommend, basically gets you all of your safety features. So blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, lane change assist, rear cross traffic alert, and so on and so on. The premium package is on here as well, and that gets you the upgraded audio system with 13 speakers and 590 watts of power, 360 cam, and your heated rear seats. And the tech package, which is the last thing they added on, that gets you your automatic high beams, your heads-up display, as well as your multi-beam LEDs. The only one I'd take for certain is the Intelligent Pack, which gives me all of my safety features. Probably the Premium Pack. I'm a bit of an audio snob. I like my music to sound a certain way. I could probably go without the tech package. Again, not really swayed by a head-up display or multi-beam LEDs or the automatic high beams. I'm fine to control those manually on my own. Quick jump into the world of fuel consumption before we wrap up. So on an 80-liter tank of premium fuel, we are at 10.4 liters per 100 kilometers on city streets, 7.8 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway, and our blended total comes out to 9.2. So quick math gets us at 900-ish clicks to a tank. Now, I did notice I was doing a trip about an hour east of Mississauga, and I'd gone through maybe between a quarter and an eighth of a tank of gas, and my range was over 900, and it was great, and I wasn't hammering down, and I wasn't being too soft on the gas pedal. I was just driving like I normally would. But once the E-Class finds its rhythm, and you're kind of doing your coasting, it really just makes it a dream to drive. So you can't quite get to and from Montreal on one tank of gas, but you could probably come really, really close to doing so. That's going to wrap it up for the 2021 Mercedes-Benz E-450. If you've got any questions on the vehicle, let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to get you answers as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate the support, and feel free to subscribe, and feel free to tell somebody about the channel who you think might be interested in what I do. Again, thank you so much for all the support over the years. It really means a lot to me. And until I see you in the next review, be well, be healthy, be safe.